3 miraculous signs confirmed by angels. Your sacred marriage is manifesting with a divine twist. In the quaint village of St. Marius Hollow, a hush fell over the cottages as dusk pulled its curtain over the day. At the small church, lanterns flickered like stars, and Sarah knelt by her window, her heart heavy with longing. She whispered her evening prayers to St. Joseph, hoping against hope that he would hear her plea for a partner who could share her faith. Little did she know, the heavens were stirring, preparing to weave together threads of divine romance. That very night, as moonlight streamed through her curtains, she felt an unshakable warmth wrap around her like a soft embrace. Suddenly, a feathered figure appeared in her mind's eye, a radiant angel, shimmering and kind, assuring her that miracles were on the horizon. Sarah's heart raced, her faith swelling like a tide as she drifted into a blissful sleep filled with dreams of sacred union. The following day, the church bazaar buzzed with life. Tables laden with homemade crafts glistened under the sun, and laughter floated through the air. Sarah meticulously arranged her creations when destiny wove in an unexpected thread. A kind stranger approached. His smile radiated warmth, and as they conversed, an undeniable spark ignited between them. Their easy laughter felt like music, a sweet melody that echoed the very hymns Sarah sang every Sunday. Was this the beginning of her divine twist? As she returned home filled with a sense of hope, an email pinged on her phone. It was from Nathan, her high school friend, back from years abroad. Memories flooded in, like a wave breaking on the shore, bringing with it a glimmer of romance from days gone by. Heart pounding, she whispered a prayer of gratitude and curiosity. Could these two encounters be the first signs of the sacred marriage she had yearned for so long? But the divine thread unwound further still. Wandering to a serene shrine surrounded by the vibrant blooms of spring, she discovered a prayer stone, etched with words that felt penned just for her heart. Hope blooms anew in faith. Tears brimmed in her eyes as she cradled the stone, a tangible reminder that goddess miracles were playing out all around her. Before we continue, I need to tell you about something important that's happening. YouTube has been making changes to the system, and many people are losing notifications from channels they follow. If you're enjoying the content, click the bell and mark all notifications so you don't miss the next videos. And if you can leave a like, it really helps me with reach. Seriously, it makes a difference. Oh, tell me in the comments where you're watching from. I'm always curious to know who's on the other side of the screen. Now let's continue. With newfound excitement, Sarah embraced the possibility of love with a faith that blossomed. Yet shadows lingered. Her mother, ever the skeptic, voiced her doubts. What's the point in dreaming of miracles? She'd say. Life is about practicalities. As Sarah's heart grew fonder, the tender moments turned heavy, their potential choked by a shadow of self-doubt that slowly seeped into her spirit. Could love truly flourish amidst her insecurities and her mother's skepticism? Refusing to give in to despair, she accepted an invitation to the church prayer group. Surrounded by the familiar faces of her church family, Sarah poured out her heart. The fervent prayers of the brethren seemed to wrap around her, kindling a light within. As they prayed for her intentions, hope surged through the room, thick and tangible, a divine air that sparked the heavens above. And it happened, an unexpected miracle unfolded. A cry of wonder filled the chapel as an effervescent light flickered across the altar, illuminating faith in every heart. Sarah gasped, the tender glow enfolding her like a hug from heaven. Eyes wide, she felt a calling to step into this incredible moment of divine orchestration. Yet deep inside, the urgent question loomed. Would she have the courage to accept the miraculous path laid before her, or would she retreat into doubt? The weight of her decision pressed heavily, as she stood on the precipice of faith, heart racing and breath held, waiting for God's grand plan to be revealed. In the days that followed, Sarah's heart seemed to dance between joy and uncertainty. Each morning brought the promise of new miracles, yet shadows from her mother's voice clung tightly to her spirit. Her mind wandered often to the luminous glow from the chapel, a beacon of hope, urging her to let go of her fears. Could love truly fill the spaces left by insecurities? As the sun rose one Saturday, casting golden light upon St. Marius Hollow. Sarah resolved to visit the church again almost as if divine urgency pulled her there. She walked the familiar path, step by step, her heart fluttering with a mix of excitement and trepidation. Today felt different. Today felt sacred as she entered the small church. The scent of fresh flowers filled her senses, a testament to the generosity of the villagers who adorned the altar with their offerings. She noticed a small group gathered, their heads bowed with intention. Curious, Sarah approached and listened. They were gathered to pray for connections, a prayer she felt echoing in her very soul. "Join us," a gentle voice offered. A woman with soft, kind eyes welcomed her into the circle. There was a warmth in the atmosphere that wrapped around Sarah, easing her worries. She knelt among them, her heart open, vulnerability blooming in the sacred space as they prayed. Sarah felt a surge of hope. Words flowed freely, lifting her burdens to the heavens. "Lord, fill our hearts with love, guide our journeys, and reveal the paths you have carved for each of us." Each word felt like a thread, weaving together the hopes of the gathered souls. After the prayers, the woman turned to Sarah. "You have a glowing light in you, dear. Have you thought of sharing your gifts with others? Perhaps through inviting them into this prayer?" The suggestion resonated deeply, and suddenly Sarah found herself ignited with inspiration. The idea of a community gathering, where faith and connections could flourish, was a call from within. She nodded, tears of gratitude brimming in her eyes. It felt like stepping into a divine plan that had been awaiting her response. That evening, Sarah set to work, crafting invitations and strategically choosing hymns that spoke of love and faith. She felt giddy with excitement, the kind that sparks imaginative visions of a beloved future. But in that excitement lay the creeping shadow of doubt. What if no one came? What if her efforts were in vain? With each passing day, she faced her mother's skepticism. "You're just gonna bring people together, Sarah? Dreams aren't reality," her mother would dismiss. But in the depths of her spirit, Sarah could hear the whispers of support from the angels who guided her. The warmth of their presence infused her each time she faltered as the day of the gathering arrived. The sun dipped low, casting a soft glow over the village. Sarah prepared with a mix of thrill and anxiety. Every table set, every hymn chosen felt like a prayer in itself, one that asked for divine intervention. Standing at the door, she inhaled sharply, filled with a sense of purpose. Would this be her moment to truly embrace faith? At the stroke of 6, familiar faces began to appear. Then strangers trickled in, each soul carrying their own hopes. Sarah felt her heart swell. God was at work. But as the room filled with laughter and joy, a perplexing energy hummed through her. A divine revelation loomed on the horizon. What if Nathan, her old friend, held the key to an unexpected facet of this night? As she glanced toward the door, her breath caught. Nathan stepped in, eyes scanning the room, a smile breaking across his face. For a brief moment, their gazes locked, and the air seemed electric with unspoken possibilities. Everything felt poised at the edge of something extraordinary. Yet uncertainty lingered, an unshakable question rising within her. Could this friendship transform into the sacred love she had longed for? The music swelled, washing over them as the gathering began. As the gentle strains of music enveloped the room, Sarah took a deep breath, her heart racing with a mixture of hope and uncertainty. Laughter and conversation flowed like a warm current, binding the gathered souls in fellowship. In that moment, she felt a spark of divine connection. She made her way through the lively crowd, greeted by familiar faces beaming with joy. Each smile felt like a precious affirmation, a soft reminder that she was not alone in her quest for connection and purpose. The warmth of community surrounded her, slowly melting away the last remnants of doubt. "God is here," she whispered under her breath, feeling peace settle deep within her heart as the joyous gathering continued. Sarah's eyes sought Nathan. There he was, chatting with a group near the back, his laughter ringing like a bell through the crisp air. She felt a flutter of familiarity, an echo of fond memories shared so long ago. The confident way he conversed, the sparkle in his eyes, it was as if all those years apart had only deepened the bond between them. she felt drawn to him, as if an invisible thread tugged gently at her heart. Yet fear tugged back. Would he even remember the laughter and dreams they once shared, hidden beneath childhood innocence? It was a gamble, but one worth taking in faith. Gathering her courage, she approached Nathan. As she stepped closer, their eyes met, and time seemed to pause. In that glance, she saw a flicker of recognition, of warmth, and something deeper, a divine spark that hinted at untold stories waiting to unfold. Nathan, she managed, a nervous smile breaking across her face. It's been a while, Sarah, he replied, his voice a blend of surprise and delight. I didn't know you were back in town. This gathering is amazing. His eyes roamed the room, glimmering with admiration for the joyous community she had created. Thank you. I wanted to bring everyone together, to share love and faith. You know how important those are, right? Her voice trembled slightly, each word heavy with meaning. Absolutely, he said, his expression growing serious. Especially in times like these. It was a simple acknowledgement, yet it resonated with profound truth. Sensing the moment could shift into something more meaningful, Sarah took a leap. I was hoping, maybe we could talk more? You and I? His smile softened as he nodded. I love that. Let us find a quieter spot. As they moved toward a cozy corner of the church, Sarah felt the enchanting pull of possibility surround them. In the joyful chaos, a stillness awaited their shared words. The air shimmered with a sense of divine approval, wrapping them in a sacred embrace. They settled into the quiet, and Sarah shared her vision, the gathering, the power of faith, and the call she felt to foster connections among the villagers. Nathan listened intently, his eyes lighting up with admiration as she spoke passionately about the way love transformed lives. The moments stretched out as they exchanged dreams, fears, and memories intertwined with whispers of Goddess' divine presence. Yet within those moments of warmth, shadows lingered. The threads of doubt wove back through Sarah's thoughts. Would he see her, truly see her? Would he understand the depth of her love for this community? Just as the conversation deepened, an unexpected flicker of movement captured her gaze. A radiant light shimmered above them, like the halo of unveiled truth. The gathering buzz quieted, and the atmosphere was charged with expectancy. It was as if angels hovered close by, eager to witness the unfolding destiny. Sarah, what is happening? Nathan's voice broke through her reverie, eyes wide with wonder. I think something miraculous is about to happen. Sarah breathed, a sense of divine urgency coursing through her veins. What would emerge from this meeting of hearts? Were they, too, part of a grander design? In that sacred moment, everything felt possible. But she was left wondering. Could their budding connection be intertwined with a divine purpose beyond their understanding? As the gathering culminated, the promise of revelation hung in the air, waiting for the right moment to unfold. Her heart raced, whispers of destiny stirring within her soul. What thrilling surprises did the evening still hold? The atmosphere shifted, a palpable energy igniting around Sarah and Nathan. Light flickered in a heavenly dance, casting soft glows that reflected their hopeful faces. The hum of conversation faded further, and a hush fell over the gathering as if every soul collectively held its breath, waiting for a divine proclamation. Do you feel that? Nathan's voice was barely above a whisper, his gaze locked on the shimmering light. It felt as if the air itself held secrets, and they were on the verge of discovery. Yes, Sarah replied, her heart thumping in rhythm to the sacred whispers around them. It's like, God is speaking. Each word she uttered felt steeped in reverence, as if she were weaving a prayer into the fabric of the moment. The light began to coalesce into a swirling form within the midst of them, taking shape as a figure, radiant and full of grace. Gasps came from those still remaining in the shadows, but Sarah and Nathan remained entranced, eyes fixed on the angelic presence that hovered before them. The figure, bathed in luminescent glow, emanated warmth and peace, a reminder of Goddess' unyielding love. As it spoke, the voice was melodic and soothing, touching the depths of their spirits. Beloved ones, it intoned, you stand at the threshold of a journey that has been long awaited. God has seen your hearts and hears your prayers. The words wrapped around them, igniting faith like never before. Sarah felt tears prick her eyes, resonating with the promise woven into the celestial message. This was not merely a gathering of friends. This was a divine appointment. Sarah, Nathan breathed, his hand inching closer to hers. What does this mean? I think we've been called together to build something beautiful. A future intertwined in God's purpose, she replied. Hope surged like a rushing river, flowing through her veins, washing away any doubts. Are you both prepared to embrace what has been ordained? The angel continued, its gaze piercing yet affectionate. Two souls intertwined can facilitate miracles far greater than their singular journeys. You are destined to lead, to nurture community, faith, and love. The magnitude of the words weighed heavily on Sarah's heart. It was no longer just about their friendship. It was a sacred calling, brimming with divine intention. But as the angel's message washed over her, she felt a twinge of uncertainty creeping in. Was she capable? Were they worthy of such a task? Fear not, for the stars align in your favor, the angel reassured them, extending its graceful arms. As you venture forth, trust in the love that binds you and the spirit that guides. With that, the radiant presence began to fade, the light dimming while leaving behind a soft glow of hope in the air, a divine reminder of their encounters that night. The murmurs of the gathering slowly returned, filled with awe and reverence. Sarah turned to Nathan, her heart racing, soul alive with possibilities. Did we just witness a miracle? I think we did, Nathan replied, eyes bright with determination. But what does it truly mean for us? As the connection deepened, uncertainty settled between them, rooting always in the question of how to actualize this divine calling. Would they step forward, hand in hand, into an unknown future adorned with God's promise? In the distance, laughter erupted anew, drawing them back into the fold of the community. Yet Sarah couldn't shake the feeling that a new chapter was about to unfold, a beckoning towards something profound and transformative. What would become of Sarah and Nathan? How might fate intertwine their paths in ways that would shift the very fabric of their lives? The echoes of the angel's words lingered as they stepped back into the gathering, anticipation thrumming in the air, divine destiny in every heartbeat. Was this just the beginning of their sacred journey? As the gathering swelled with excited chatter, Sarah and Nathan felt slightly adrift, as if still suspended in the tender afterglow of the angel's message. The energy around them pulsed like a heartbeat, urging them to lean into what was to come. Sarah glanced around at their friends mingling in small groups, sharing their own stories of faith and hope. Each face glinted with wonder, eyes reflecting the lingering awe of what they had just witnessed. Yet, her inner voice spoke louder now, pushing her to understand the significance of their encounter. Do you think we should share what just happened? She asked Nathan, her voice carrying a tremor of uncertainty. I mean, people need to know, absolutely, Nathan replied with a spark of enthusiasm. But let us think about how. Such a big thing. We need them to feel what we felt. He reached for her hand, squeezing it lightly, as if to tether them both to that sacred moment. It brought forth a warmth, a sense of shared purpose that infused Sarah with courage. All right, let us do it, she agreed, her heart swelling with anticipation. Their timing could be just right, and perhaps their testimony could spark something bigger within their community. As they made their way to the center of the room, murmurs quieted once more, all eyes falling upon them. It felt as if the entire gathering drew breath in unison, awaiting words that could shift the very atmosphere. We have something to share, Nathan began, his voice steady but tinged with awe. What we just experienced, I can't find words that capture it fully, but it was divine. We know this because it feels bigger than us, like a calling woven into the fabric of our lives. The crowd listened intently, faces turned toward them, hearts open. Sarah felt the weight of their attention and a gentle nudge from above. She stepped forward, her heart racing but resolute. The angel told us that we're meant for something beautiful, a journey in God's purpose. She poured out, each word infused with longing and hope. We believe we're being called to lead, to nurture love and community together. Gasps arose, and she saw eyebrows raised in disbelief as the word lead floated in the air. But there was too much light surrounding their words, too much truth ringing within them to be dismissed. Believe in this calling, Nathan urged, his passion echoing through the hall. We're not just two people sharing a moment. We're a part of something that God has orchestrated, and we want you all to journey with us. A murmur of agreement rippled through the gathering, and Sarah breathed in the hope swirling like a sweet incense. The community was hungry for connection, eager for anything that might lead them to a deeper relationship with God and each other. But deep down, a small flutter of doubt stirred in her chest. Is this really where they were destined to go? As if reading her mind, a voice emerged from the crowd, a seasoned mentor whose wisdom was sought by many. Sarah, Nathan, we've seen your growth. If God is moving you, we'll support you. But be prepared. This journey will demand everything from you. The warning hung dense among the warmth, a blending of encouragement and caution. So what do we do next? Nathan asked, stirring excitement alongside the rising tension. Before anyone could respond, a shimmering light flickered in the corner of the room, catching their attention. It felt similar to the glow they had seen before. Gasps echoed again as the mesmerizing light beckoned, laced with an unexplainable familiarity and invitation. Together, hand in hand, they moved toward it. What awaited them beyond this moment of clarity? In that charged silence, as they stepped forward, Sarah wondered, would this light guide them into a realm of clarity, or would it unveil deeper mysteries still hidden? The sacred journey was indeed unfolding, and it was only just beginning. As Sarah and Nathan drew closer to the shimmering light, a palpable stillness washed over the room. It was as if time had paused, each heartbeat echoing like a drum of destiny. The light danced before them, flickering like a gentle flame in a breeze, inviting and warm yet reverently distant, like a celestial promise waiting to be unveiled. Suddenly, images began to swirl within the light. They flickered like scenes from a dream, faces of friends and family, joyful gatherings, moments of prayer, laughter echoing like a sweet hymn. The memories tugged at Sarah and Nathan's hearts, weaving a tapestry of connection that seemed both familiar and profound. As they leaned in, the light pulsed, and in that moment, they heard a gentle whisper, clear as a melody. You are meant to foster unity, to shine this light in dark places. It enveloped them, a swirling embrace filled with purpose and passion, igniting their spirits with warmth that coursed like fire through their veins. Nathan's voice broke the silence, trembling with awe. Did you hear that? We're vessels of his unity. His enthusiasm radiated, capturing the attention of everyone present, eyes widening in collective wonder. The atmosphere crackled with energy. Their shared experience fused the gathering, bonding them as one under a divine purpose. The community leaned in, drawn not only by curiosity but by an unspoken longing. Someone from the back whispered, "What does that mean for us?" The question hung in the air, ripe with anticipation. Sarah glanced around, searching for the right words as the weight of the moment pressed down on her. It means we're called to be together, to embrace love and support each other in our journeys. Each of us has a light within us that can brighten the lives of others. She paused, her heart racing as she considered each face before her. We must nourish one another's spirits. The crowd began to murmur in agreement, nods of understanding rippling through. An elderly woman known for her wisdom stepped forward, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. God granted us his promise of community through you too. Remember, though, it's a weighty calling. Challenges will arise, but his strength will guide you. Sarah felt a thrill run down her spine. Here it was the sacred pull of not just sharing their experience, but also an empowerment that united hearts in faith. She turned to Nathan, sensing the electric bond between them as they ventured into the unknown together. We are stronger together, she echoed softly, her voice edged with conviction as if in response. The light brightened, illuminating their faces. A wave of peace washed over them, and they took a step back, hearts united. An elder spoke again. Let us pray together. Let us ask for guidance, for clarity in this divine invitation. The communal prayer rose like incense, uniting hopes and dreams into a fragrant offering. Voices melded together, and Sarah felt her heart swell, deeper connections forming with each spoken word. Like a mighty river, faith flowed through them, uniting the community in shared purpose. But even amid the unity, shadows of uncertainty lingered. What intricate designs would this journey unveil? Would they persist under the weight of expectation and their sacred calling? As the prayer ended, the light flickered one last time. Revealing a vision, a crossroads appeared before Sarah and Nathan, shimmering paths stretching into the distance. Each was veiled in a thick mist, hinting at choices yet to be made, futures uncharted. Which path do we take? Nathan wondered aloud, voice tinged with excitement and concern. With hearts racing and spirits ignited, Sarah whispered, I guess we follow the light. The choice now lay before them, and as they stood on the threshold of the unknown, they sensed that the unfolding mystery would soon lead them into even deeper realms of faith and discovery. What awaited them on the other side of that crossroads? The answers felt just beyond their grasp, tantalizingly close. The paths before them seemed to shimmer with possibility, each one radiating with a unique glow, beckoning Sarah and Nathan closer. Nathan's eyes sparkled with anticipation as he placed his hand on Sarah's shoulder, grounding himself. This is incredible, he said softly, but also overwhelming. How do we know where to step next? Before Sarah could respond, the whisper of the light wrapped around them once more. Trust, it urged, a gentle breeze flowing like comforting words. Each step taken with love will illuminate your way. With a deep breath, Sarah stepped forward, almost instinctively moving towards the path to the left, the one that felt warmer, filled with an undeniable presence. I think I feel like this one is calling to us, she mused, glancing at Nathan, who nodded fervently as they stepped closer. The mist began to lift, revealing glimpses of what lay ahead. Colors deepened and danced around them, forming images of their community neighbors working together, children sharing laughter, hands reaching out in love, and hearts aligning in faith. It was a vivid portrayal of unity, and tears of joy welled up in Sarah's eyes. Look, Nathan, this is what we talked about. It's happening right here. With each footfall, they sensed the encouragement of those they loved echoing through the light. You are not alone, the whispers assured, and suddenly, they were filled with a profound courage. Nathan squeezed Sarah's hand tighter, feeling the surge of strength that flowed through their connection. But the path was not devoid of challenges. As they wandered deeper into the vision, shadows flickered at the edges of their sight. Doubt and fear lingered like an uninvited guest. What if we fail? Nathan's voice trembled slightly, the reality of their calling settling heavily on his heart. What if we can't measure up? In that moment, the light shifted again, sparkling brighter as if responding to their fears. A brilliant figure manifested, radiating love and assurance, and they instantly recognized the presence of an angelic being. It approached them, eyes filled with warmth and understanding. Do not fear, the angel whispered, a smile gracing its lips. Your hearts are already full of love. It is this love that will guide and empower you. You will face trials, yes, but trust in this journey. Every step taken in faith will be accompanied by divine grace. The warmth wrapped around them, burning away their insecurity. Comfort surged through Nathan, filling him with peace. We can do this, can't we? He asked, his voice steadier now. Yes, Sarah exclaimed, her eyes shining like the light surrounding them. With Goddess love, we'll find our way. We must just keep trusting, keep moving forward. They turned back to the glowing paths, their hearts beating in unison. Determination melded with gratitude, and they took a step together, forging ahead into greater depths of divine connection. Yet as they crossed deeper into the threshold of their journey, an unexpected turn sang through the light. Another path emerged to their right. It shimmered with more colors and felt vibrant, pulsating with a melody of joy. It wasn't the path they'd just chosen, but something entirely fresh. What's this? Sarah wondered, curiosity blooming anew. Could we explore that path too? Nathan's brow furrowed in thought. What if following this new path leads us somewhere we never expected? Maybe it's an opportunity we shouldn't overlook. As the flickering light danced enticingly around the unknown path, Their hearts brimmed with anticipation. What lay ahead could reshape their journey and hold mysteries beyond their wildest imaginations. Together, they stood at the intersection once more, teetering on the brink of meaningful discovery. Such decisions held the power to lead them toward divine miracles. What wondrous revelations awaited them down this new road? The air thickened with divine intrigue as they prepared to choose. The vibrant new path shimmered, each hue swirl inviting them to venture forward. Nathan felt a rush of warmth surge through him, and he exchanged a glance with Sarah. They were both on the cusp of something profound, a feeling radiating in their hearts like the sun breaking through clouds. "Do you feel that?" Sarah's voice was barely a whisper, yet it held the power of a revelation. "It's like this path is alive." With a tentative step, they entered the swirl of energy, and the moment they crossed the threshold, laughter echoed around them. It felt as if the very spirit of joy was dancing in the air. Nathan couldn't help but let out a soft chuckle, the sound mingling with the music of their surroundings. "Look," Sarah pointed ahead, where the vibrant colors began to form into shapes, creating a kaleidoscope of community life. They saw people gathered in fellowship, hands raised in worship, faces illuminated by pure love, and hearts uniting under a divine purpose. Each image painted a picture of aspirations realized, of dreams lived out loud. The angelic presence from before appeared beside them. This is a path of celebration, a revelation of what is possible when love flourishes. The angel's voice resonated as compassion washed over them. "Here you'll find signs of the miraculous." Nathan and Sarah stood mesmerized. Before them, moments from their own lives flickered into existence, shared prayers, moments of encouragement, and acts of kindness that had once felt small. Each had contributed to the larger tapestry of their faith journey. "What does this mean for us?" Nathan asked, a hint of awe threading through his voice. "It's more than just memories," the angel replied, radiating warmth. "These are glimpses of your sacred call. Your willingness to believe and act in love is what brought you to this moment." Tears brimmed in Sarah's eyes as she absorbed this profound assurance. "So we are part of something bigger? It's all interconnected?" "Exactly," the angel affirmed. "Every choice, every step taken in love unites each soul with the divine purpose. You are being called to contribute your unique gifts in ways that bring forth miracles." As they moved deeper along the path, a glowing orb surfaced near their feet. With cautious curiosity, they reached down, and as their fingers brushed against its surface, the orb transformed into a delicate parchment. Intricate words flowed across its surface, writing itself as they watched. "A promise?" Sarah whispered, attempting to read the words that now glimmered brighter than before. What she saw made her heart race, words of encouragement, affirmations of their gifts, and a clear directive to share their love without restraint. "This is amazing," Nathan exclaimed. "It's like we're being given a blueprint of our journey." Indeed, the angel smiled. "But remember, these are just the first signs. The greatest beauty often emerges from unexpected moments. Keep your hearts open." Suddenly, a gentle breeze swirled around them, carrying messages of possibility and hope. Nathan felt a shift inside him, a reminder that their journey might not always go as planned, yet it would always lead them toward the extraordinary. As they stood together, heartbeats synchronized in the vibrant atmosphere, a question lingered in the air. What if their courage to choose this new path would spark a transformation not only in their lives, but in the lives of countless others? Sarah glanced back at the intersecting paths, realizing the divine mystery was waiting to unfold. What else does God have in store for us? She wondered aloud. Encouraged by the light, they exchanged a knowing smile, invigorated by the unfolding journey. Their answer lay just ahead, waiting in the breath of divine adventure. What challenges and blessings awaited them next? The path seemed to whisper, ready to guide them into what could change their lives forever. With renewed determination, Nathan and Sarah moved forward, the enchanting path unfolding in vibrant hues around them. Each step felt charged with purpose, as if ground beneath their feet pulsed with the heartbeat of the universe. "I can't shake the feeling that we're being guided," Nathan said, a spark of excitement igniting in his gaze. Sarah nodded, her heart racing. It's as if every step is telling us to trust, to let go of what we think we know. As they walked, the kaleidoscope shifted again, revealing a gathering of souls intertwined in divine harmony. A chorus of joyful voices filled the air, weaving a tapestry of worship that felt like a warm embrace. Nathan closed his eyes for a moment, allowing the melodies of praise to wash over him like a healing balm. "Look at their faces," Sarah exclaimed, her eyes wide as she pointed to a group embracing one another. "They're overflowing with joy. It's like they've found something precious." "Maybe that's what it is," Nathan said thoughtfully. "Finding treasures in each other, in community. A reminder that love multiplies, it doesn't divide." The angelic figure returned, shimmering with light that sparkled like stars. "You are witnessing what love can create: unity in diversity. A sacred marriage between purpose and passion." Sarah felt a shiver run down her spine. "A sacred marriage? Is that what we're being called to?" she whispered. Indeed, the angel smiled. Every relationship, every effort to connect, when rooted in love, contributes to the greater whole. Your genuine quest will amplify ripples of grace. "But what if we stumble?" Nathan questioned, vulnerability creeping into his voice. "What if we falter?" The angel extended a hand, illuminating the path ahead. "Each stumble is a step toward growth. Trust that even in missteps, love remains the steady guide. It is in seeking forgiveness and extending grace that true miracles flourish." Suddenly, a bright light enveloped a nearby cluster of figures, as they began to share heartfelt testimonies with arms raised in gratitude. Nathan felt drawn to them, the stories translating into a symphony of hope that echoed in his soul. As Nathan and Sarah edged closer, they heard snippets of transformative experiences: a couple who had renewed their vows under divine guidance, a lonely heart finding a soulmate, and friends who had reconciled over misunderstandings. Each story was a testament to the miraculous impact of listening to the divine whispers. Tears of joy streamed down Sarah's cheeks, and she turned to Nathan. "Do you see what love can ignite? The interplay of souls in service to one another? This is what we're meant to do. I assent it?" "Yes." Nathan felt a surge of inspiration. "We are called to be bearers of that light, to reflect what we've witnessed." The angel nodded approvingly. "You are beginning to understand your sacred task. Yet remember, it begins with vulnerability. Opening your hearts fully allows you to receive and then share more than you can imagine." As they stood amidst the tender stories, a new energy surged through Nathan and Sarah, filling their hearts with imagination and wonder. They could almost hear the invitations of those waiting for hope, transformation, and connection. Yet, as the vibrant scene flickered around them, Nathan paused, contemplating their next move. "What if we don't know how? What if we're afraid?" The angel's voice reverberated with kindness. "Take a leap of faith. God's plan often unravels in ways beyond human understanding. Sometimes the greatest journeys begin with a single brave step, even when the path is unclear." With a final glance at the community of love surrounding them, Nathan squeezed Sarah's hand. "Are we ready to try?" As they looked ahead, the path beckoned them into further light and challenges. Deep down, they sensed that profound changes were just around the corner, waiting to be embraced. What miracles lay ahead, waiting for their brave hearts to seize the moment? As Sarah and Nathan stood at the intersection of their heart's desires and divine calling, a sense of clarity washed over them. The radiant light shimmered before them, and it felt as if God were urging them to embrace each moment with unwavering faith. Together, they took a deep breath, firm in their resolve. "We're not alone in this," Sarah whispered, her fingers intertwined with Nathan's. "Every path we choose leads to something beautiful, because he is guiding us." As they stepped deeper into the light, they felt each heartbeat resonate with purpose. The air around them shimmered with joy, and an unexplainable peace embraced their spirits. Faces of family, friends, and community filled their minds, each one a thread in the sacred tapestry. Suddenly, the luminous figure of the angel appeared again, bathed in glowing warmth. "Beloveds," it said, the voice like sweet melodies, "each path you tread will bear witness to your faith and courage. Keep your hearts open, For the miracles you seek will unfold as you nurture love and connection among those around you. Sarah and Nathan closed their eyes, the words stitching themselves into their hearts. They envisioned gatherings igniting with laughter and prayer, their lives woven together in vibrant unity, each soul reflecting Goddess grace. In that moment, realization sunk in. It was not just their calling to embrace love, but to share it. We must create spaces for others to connect, Nathan said, excitement bubbling within him, to allow them to share their stories, their faith that it. Sarah's voice brimmed with joy, confidence sparkled in her eyes. We can establish a community center, a place for fellowship, worship, and witnessing the miracles happening together, just like the gathering that called us to connect tonight. And with that, a shared dream ignited, a vision of a sanctuary where whispers of faith could reverberate, hearts bonded by hope and grace. New possibilities unfolded like petals of blooming flowers, and the warmth spread through them like wildfire. With determination, they glanced back over their shoulders, envisioning their friends, their community filled with anticipation and curiosity about this forthcoming journey. The gathering felt like a sweet prayer, pivotal in sowing seeds for the sacred union of faith and love to flourish. We can start now, Nathan said, a quiet resolve underpinning his words. Let us invite them to join us, to seek God together, to share their experiences and dreams. Sarah nodded fervently. We'll organize prayer meetings, discussion circles, whatever it takes. It's time to cultivate that energy and commitment. As they began to turn towards the gathering once more, the light radiated warmly, swirling around them with encouragement. The angel's voice echoed gently, and remember, the harvest of your efforts may manifest in ways you can't yet envision. So your love abundantly, and trust his timing. With each step taking them deeper into the room filled with their friends, an electric atmosphere surged around them. Music filled the air, laughter flowed freely, and warmth enveloped them. Sarah and Nathan took their place at the center, brimming with purpose, hearts open and ready to unite their community in a journey of faith and love. We have something to share, Nathan called out, unexpectedly vibrant. His words took flight, filling the room with a sacred urgency. We believe God is calling us to create a place where everyone can come together, share stories, and grow in faith. A blend of surprise and excitement filled the gathered souls. Faces turned in curiosity, eyes sparkling with possibility. Imagine, Sarah encouraged, her heart racing. A community where hope thrives, where we uplift one another and bask in supporting each other's dreams and struggles. A sanctuary made from love that operates under God's divine guidance. The response was immediate. Whispers of agreement rippled through the room. A wave of enthusiasm ignited. Familiar faces glistened with hope. They yearned for connection, for purpose, for a space to honor their faith. Together in the ensuing moments, laughter and stories began to flow. Embraces were exchanged, and visions took flight, the inception of a community bound in love. They could almost feel a tangible presence wrapping around them, a divine confirmation of their endeavor. You will shine brightly together. The angel's voice resonated in their hearts, a melody of reassurance. Love will manifest through you both. Trust in this gift. Embrace your calling. As Sarah and Nathan stood surrounded by their community, hearts intertwined, dreams shared, they understood. They were not merely embarking on a journey for themselves. They were nurturing a space where God's love would blossom. With every shared glance, every moment of joy, they felt a resurrection of faith in their hearts, a collective awakening to the miraculous possibilities destined to unfold. Together, they would embrace love amid life's uncertainties, courageously following the divine path before them. And at that moment, as the light flickered vibrantly in the air, they realized this was more than the beginning of their sacred marriage. It was the manifestation of God's faithful promise to them, a beautiful unraveling intertwined not just with love, but with purpose that would forever change their lives and the lives of those around them. Nothing could stop this divine calling. It was a journey of many sacred paths, just unfolding the breathtaking tapestry of faith destined to ignite their community. Now, dear friends, this is the moment to act. You need to subscribe immediately to the channel to not miss the next exclusive faith stories. Leave a like now to feed the algorithm. Your support makes an incredible difference. Comment below with your reactions and testimonies about this jaw-dropping ending, and share this divine story instantly with at least 5 friends who need to witness this miraculous manifestation. Don't wait even one more second to support the channel. Only true servants of God understand the power of what we're building together.